Yeah, so the interesting thing is what we did internally, and AT&T frankly has a history of doing this. We look at markets that are emerging, and then we develop business plans to go out and address those markets, and then stand the business up, hire a leader to run the business, and it actually, in essence, turns into a startup inside of a very large organization. So that's one of the ways we innovate quicker, we get to market faster with new solutions and offerings in the emerging spaces where you've got the hockey stick curve. So I was fortunate enough to be tapped to lead the Smart Cities organization, which again follows that model. The difference is what we're doing with Smart Cities is we're taking key learnings from Connected Car and Digital Life, which were two other emerging businesses, and I applied a lean startup methodology to it. So we're starting with less folks at the beginning, doing more heavy lifting, but we're getting the same scale. And so now we are fully stood up. We're a year in, we've got a full organization, have some great key learnings, and we're hiring even more headcount going into next year based on the success we had this year. Yeah, so it's a mindset that the company has to have, right? I mean, so there's some give and there's some take, right? I mean, we're going to go in and there's going to be some pilots that we're going to have to do that are going to cost AT&T money. But the key learnings that are developed from that will allow us to build solutions that we can then take out and scale that will generate more than enough revenue, right, for our shareholders. And at the same time, we're trying to do exactly what you said. You know, Smart Cities is really about creating a better environment for the citizens, a safer, more sustainable environment, creating economic opportunities in an equitable way. That's what I mean by that. You just can't think of the folks that live in the nicest neighborhoods. It's the ones that are struggling as well. And Smart Cities has the opportunity to address that. So I think there's still ways to fund and help move the ball forward for everybody. Fund solutions and move the ball forward for everybody, and you know, that's all part of this first year in the key learnings and the framework that AT&T has developed. You know, this AT&T Smart Cities framework, we include that into the strategies that we're developing for the cities. Well, our point of view is that if the market is served by the network providers, then the network providers should continue to serve the market, right? We feel like we are industry leaders and we're doing a great job. And you know, I think what the cities don't understand is, you know, the Washington D.C.s of the world are unique, right? It takes a lot of headcount, it takes a lot of innovation, a lot of maintenance and management, and continuously upgrade the network, make sure it's secure. There's a lot to it. This is extremely complex, right? And frankly, you know, I think that our point of view is where the services are provided by the players that are in that business in the private sector, we should continue to provide it. And in areas where there's not those services provided, then the cities may want to look there. But the environment's opening up to where we'll sit down and have discussions as to why it might make sense. And you know, we'll see where it goes. I mean, you're seeing government-owned networks pop up more and more, as you said, or at least the initiatives around it, the thought process to start to think through it. So I think, you know, from a service provider perspective, we need to be included in those conversations versus just say we're not going to participate in those conversations. Yeah, well, you know, our job is to provide value to the shareholders, right, and then provide great solutions to serve the cities and the citizens that live in them, right, who frankly are our customers, right, and we want to provide those services. So really what we're trying to do is, you know, our core business is around providing a secure and scalable network that's world class, right? And that's where we invest a lot of capital. That's where the company's always been focused, and we're continuing to do that and invest in that. But the network's there, right? So and the network, frankly, that connectivity, that's the thread that's weaved amongst all these solutions that really allows that valuable data to go from one place to the other and real decisions and value to be made and added, right? So the network piece is there. We've got that covered. We're continuing to innovate on top of that, as we talked about today with SDN and other things. You know, going up the stack in developing applications that also add value to citizens on top of that, that are data related, that's an important play for us. And we're actively developing out solutions that will address that. Yeah, so we in January announced the AT&T Smart Cities framework. We've got 4 pillars: connectivity of multiple different types that's secure and scalable. We've got that covered. We've got platforms and applications, security, developer environments, cloud solutions. We've got that covered. Alliance members, great partners to bring to the table to help build this ecosystem out to deliver solutions. We've got that covered. We're focused on developing that last set of products for the end of the year, and then we announced a Spotlight Cities program where we will go out to 10 cities and help them develop a holistic strategy within the framework, bring the partners to the table, deploy 3 to 5 solutions in a certain area, and then be able to allow the city to create that living lab experience that they can then help the citizens learn about smart cities from, and the data from that go and drive value to help get projects funded at scale. So we're now in the process of completing some product development and then also taking those spotlight cities and standing them up, if you will.